So they're going Godzilla instead. Yeah, this is the only enemy on him, man. They're thrown in like Eve Godzilla instead, what? But now it really, yeah, first it was like Giant Eve, but now it says it becomes Giant Godzilla. It's very JRPG, but it's not an enemy whatsoever. Here we go, now it's turning into Godzilla. I guess it's similar to Drakengard. I mean, how the dragon landed on the skyscraper in the last Drakengard. Then, of course, Red Girl is spoiled very early. She is, you know, yeah. This really is that Godzilla now. This is very strange, but... So, more Nier, guys, the final episode, right? So, hello, everyone here. I have watched episode 10 and 9, another video. List below for that, right? Hopefully excited to watch Nier with me. You know, I love Nier. One of my all-time favorite games, right? As another video too. The artist, right? Yoshida, that made 2B and so on, and K-Tetra. He is like my all-time, you know, game art. I've been a game developer for long years, right? And he's been one of my biggest idols. From Dragon Story, Titan's Ogre, FFT, FF12 and so on, right? So he's a big thing for me. Obviously, Yasume Matsuno is like my favorite game designer, etc., right? So, you know, those are, you know, for me, Nier is quite important personally. But anyway, we're here now, 11-12, and they changed a lot to cut away some bits, and there's absolutely no way that these episodes can actually have the full storyline. And last year, I think they said it would be 24 episodes. So, but with all the practitioners. But I'm just saying, I'm guessing it's going to end here on path A and B, right? There's no way the anime in 2 episodes can explain path C, D, and E. It's no possible way. So that has to be a 60 for that. Let's watch it though, guys. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah, so there's no way they can explain the full storyline. That being said, they obviously kind of high-paced, so maybe the 12th episode can be a little bit of the next storyline with A2 and so on. Because yeah, now this is kind of the end of... This is when the video... Here I died in a bug. Here the game is buggy as hell. Yeah, you could die here. I remember that, man. So then this is when the camp is... This is when the camp gets destroyed, yeah, with the eating robots. This is when everyone dies. Thing is that... I open, yeah. But I can't play the bug here in opening. So there's a bug here in the game where when you enter the camp, you get attacked by the robots, right? Instead of your... Because everyone has died there. Everyone got killed in the camp. And... That's trees, I guess. But yeah, everyone got killed, most of them. And when you enter the camp there, the robots will surround you during the cutscene. So if you're playing on perfect hard, you will die there a lot of times. It's completely RNG. It's honestly a shitty bug in the game, straight up shitty bug, because you can't avoid it, right? Because basically, when the cutscene is over, the robot will bite you immediately, and you can't avoid that if standing next to you, and you die immediately, right? Because you're playing on perfect hard. So super annoying. So it isn't hard, but difficult to code, right? It's just RNG. And I mean it's genuinely RNG. So sometimes you bad luck, you die there. Sometimes you don't. So it took me like 3 attempts. You have bad luck twice. Okay, you have to redo it. This is really stupid. So it's just the game has a lot of those bugs, honestly, where you die from RNG stuff on perfect hard. Basically, the game will attack you during the cutscenes. That's the issue. So the game like shoots bullets at you during the cutscene, right? And when the cutscene is over, you die from the bullet inside of you. So basically, when the cutscene is finishing, right? You have a bullet inside of you, which makes you die. Happens on the smooth stage a lot. So I mean, hunting the 6th chapter 6, the smooth stage. There you can also die a lot of times by just like standing inside of it, right? And the bullets, and it's again pure RNG. So there's no skill, you can't avoid it. It's just pure bad luck. If you die there though. At the smoke stage, you have to replay the whole stage. It's super annoying. You have to replay like 10 minutes again. Like, super annoying. Honestly. That's why the biggest reason I didn't give the game a 10 out of 10, you know. Even though I love this game, I didn't give it 10 out of 10 because the game is genuinely buggy. There is like some straight up game-breaking bugs that really affects you if you play on the hard difficulty. Then you really notice those bugs because you have to replay some boss fights because the bosses are buggy. Like, and I mean generally. It's not me granted, oh, it's the game's hard. No, I mean literally. There are 4 or 5 bosses in the game. Same thing with the twin fight down in the basement that they cut away from this anime. Yeah, they removed completely the space fight. Yeah, that fight is also buggy in the game because Eve will throw a claw at you when you're doing the cutscene. So if you're bad luck, basically Eve will attack you during the cutscene always. So in 1 of 4 times, it was a claw at you, and that claw would be inside of you when it casts it over, so you would die immediately. I remember I was streaming that, and people were like, how can you beat that? You can't. You have path B, and people were like, how do you avoid it? But I'm like, you can't avoid it. You literally can't. 1 in 4 times, roughly speaking, you will die. Yeah, you will die. Like, shut up. 1 in 4 times on that boss fight, you will always die immediately when the boss fight starts, because you have a claw inside of you when the casting is over, and then you die. You can't avoid it because you're already dead basically when the cast is over. So yeah, that is like, I'm sorry, I'm so ranting about it now, but honestly, I love this game, but that is genuinely the game's biggest bug in the whole game, that you can die in cutscenes, and it happens several times. Like here then, this scene starts in the game, you die here if you bet like it. But here we go, they have the war, because all the robots, because now they're going crazy with, you know, he's pissed off since his brother, sister died, kind of thing. Yeah, Lily got a little more screen time, of course, than Emily waifu. But yeah, I just keep thinking about it, that cutscene kills me. Like, I just gotta have it. I get PTSD, man. I'm like, okay, I hate this scene. But seriously, biggest reason I couldn't give this game a 10 out of 10. Because no, you can't have those game-breaking bugs in the game. And it felt to me obvious that no one that works on the game actually played the perfect hard. They never tried actually. Because the bug is so obvious too. It's so easy to fix. You just write like an if statement. It's like when cutscenes are over, make the player be immune to damage for like 5 seconds, right? It's not gonna make the boss easier, it's gonna make you don't die from cutscene bullets. You just write, yeah, you just give the character invulnerability. And the thing is that the droid guys, they have the ability, yeah. They can give you invulnerability, like an ability, which is the best ability in the game. They can give you that, so you just write in the code that you get that invulnerability when it is over without any VFX over it. I could code that shit in like a second, yeah. It's so easy to code, but anyway, we got badass waifu, but honestly, it frustrates me because I know how easy it is to code that too. You know how easy it would be? You just have like an if statement, looking at when the cutscene is over, then you're like, okay, it's over, trigger the invulnerability mechanic you already have in the game, you don't have to code that already in the game, you know, and when the invulnerability triggers, you don't trigger the VFX for it, right? So you have that trigger, and then you're fine. Yeah, I could have fixed that bug in like max an hour or something. It's like less than an hour work to fix the bug, and it's a game breaking. Jesus Christ, man. It's an obvious bug, man. Oh god, I'm frustrated, man. I hate that when I play video games, and I'm just like, oh god, this bug is so bad, and it's easy to fix too. That's the worst thing, when you know that bug is really, really, like, massively affecting the gameplay at some points, right? But you also know how easy to fix it. But you're just like, oh, but it's so easy to fix. Anyway, here the moon. Now, are they finally gonna reveal the human truth? I don't know. Yeah, here we go. Because now the sexy commander is like, yes, my human masters. This is maybe better to hear in the anime, because I mean, I know the truth, but it's just like, you know, her feelings I would like to have more explored. Yeah, Commander Whip Waifu. Yeah, man, there's probably so much hentai on her. I haven't actually seen so much of her, but I feel there's someone out there who's producing like 500 images per day probably of his Commander Yora waifu. Like, you see it happening. She's like a dominatrix too. Yeah, she got a whip thing. She probably have footer probably. You can see it, man. She's definitely on top. Yeah, she's definitely in the top. She's definitely Amazon techniques. Yeah, she definitely. Death by Snooze. Yeah, this is Death by Snooze. But this scene definitely could be better explained here. This scene could have. Hopefully they go in her. Seems to be a little suspicious, yeah. She was sustig. That could have been dwelled more, I feel on. I wish they could have dwelled more on that, the humans. So this is part of the game where you have to kind of just block the... Whereas, I mean, in the game it's pretty easy, you just kind of go out and kill them all, yeah. Except if you get the bug, you crush them. This is not the hard part in the game at all. No. This is easy. Actually, I think the whole Aiden boss fight is pretty easy too, right? Yeah, like the last boss of A that comes soon here, this episode, it's not that hard. No, that's an easier fight. A2's fights are generally harder in the game, especially Hagen. This is actually a pretty easy fight. Here he comes, boyfriend time. No, he just hacked them all, EMP them. I wonder if they're gonna show more hacking. I wonder if they will show a nice S perspective in the last fight here in the anime. Yeah, so the EMPs, poor robots. They also definitely cut away the martial art robots. Yeah, they definitely removed. And we haven't seen much of Emilio. Yeah! They removed Emilio's cart thing running around. He's not in the anime at all. And we saw Emilio earlier in the tree, but they haven't shown because he drives around outside here. Usually you will find him around in the game, or even earlier, but especially now when it's happening. That's true. To cut away that from the game. He appears later after in the next playthrough too, right? Yeah. That's true. I forgot about that. They also removed Emilio. Now they are gonna activate again, of course. No? Okay. That rain, man, is poison rain. There's black rain, acid rain. Poor robots. Okay, it was like an earthquake, something's happening. Something bigger is coming. Or something is pulling them all in. This head droid is like something big is coming, yeah. It's one of those old mechanic. Yeah. Oh yeah, the music is good now, man. What's coming? This is an anime only thing. What's happening? It's a giant. This is anime only, man. I knew that was giant Eve coming, man. That's anime only. What's happening? It's like giant Eve. They could have merged it earlier, and they merged it with all the robots and turning into a giant Eve thing. Yeah, this is anime only, guys. What the shit, man? This is how they go instead. They're gonna make a giant Eve. He makes all the robots turn into one giant form. Yeah, he merges them. This is anime only fight, 100%, man. They're obviously gonna do something else here, but don't know if it changes the storyline so much though that he just makes a giant Eve mecha. Yeah, I don't know if that changes. It probably doesn't change the story at all, actually. Well, I guess maybe the tower is important. The tower is a similar copied Vox thing, so maybe his body touches the tower. If they make up season 2, maybe his body will be a building. Yeah, maybe they can use his body parts to turn into a building. But I mean, doesn't really matter. But yeah, they changed the last boss fight here. Godzilla. Yeah, this is interesting. They're completely anime only here. Godzilla stuff, man. They're like anime only ending. Adam Eve becomes Godzilla or something. What? Exactly. He's like, I am Godzilla now. Fear me, Japanese people. I am Godzilla. Yeah, he's doing very Japanese. Yeah, this is very anime only. It is still at the same location though, as I guessed in the last part, in the earlier day, in part 9-10, where the fight is still at the same place, more or less, right? Yeah, the same place here. We haven't seen the girls go crazy. Yeah, they seem to remove. Maybe it's next episode. That's weird. They haven't showed. That's very put apart. That's maybe happening in the next episode. It's very strange. They have removed the Yora, the red logic issues. Okay, so Adam turns into a completely blackened form. No, he really is Godzilla. No, he's just skyscrapers. He's just going around punching skyscrapers. What? He really turned into Godzilla, man. Like, what? Giant Adam and Eve Godzilla. Yeah, what? This is just like, yeah, that's a new thing in the anime apparently. It's like Godzilla time, baby! Yeah, I don't remember this from the game. What? He could be a Smoop stage, I guess. Yeah, you can get in on the Smoops and shoot him down. Honestly, this feels really lazy because you can see the woman in the back. She stands still there. Yeah, they're not moving. Yeah, this is like no of the characters are moving. All the mouse are moving. Yeah, that's very lazy animation, right? You kind of see one woman in the back and she stand like this, right? And she never moved. Yeah, she just stands completely still. She never actually interacts with the character. She's the back character. Even if she's next to them. And same with like the other characters mostly as well. Yeah. That's lazy, man. You can see how they cut the corners here in this like production issues. They had nothing has been produced for months or whatever. Yeah, that looked lazy. That was one of those like, oh my god, that's like cutting corner for a minute there. Yeah, that's like low quality animation. 100%. This whole scene is really low quality because everyone is standing there. And no mouths are moving. Look at this. This whole like 2 minutes here are like super low budget. Like we're not gonna animate shit here. Yeah, okay, she's moving her hand, but the rest of them are completely still. Okay, yeah, 2 hands. Okay, 3 hands. Yeah, but see, like most of it has been like them talking and standing still, right? And no one in the background is moving and so on. No, everyone is just... My god, this was like super lazy. My god, you can really see how they ran out of budget, I guess. Episode 11, we have no more money, guys. We have to make 2 more episodes. Okay, have all the characters standing there talking without moving at all for like 3 minutes. Her face was moving in the end, that's fine, but you know. But mostly no one moved, you stood still. And then one guy's like, yeah! Do the same thing for like 10 seconds, yeah. The gift this thing when he does this hand thing. But okay, they're gonna fight Godzilla. So they throw something at him. They throw like one of the saws from the big... Oh, he can rebuild himself with all the mechas. His body is basically just a lot of tiny robots, right? So he's just like... Yeah, I can just rebuild that easily. Here he comes. 2B Sean! She's gonna fight him with her... I don't know, maybe she will do Star Wars on him. Maybe she will get the wires and make him trip or something. This looks so pointless. These guys with the machine guns, just like spinning around shooting at the robots, does nothing. The bullets don't even hurt them. Oh my god, is it the martial art robot? It's the red robot. Yeah, what is that thing? This is martial art robot is stronger. Yeah, the golden martial art robot. What? That is true actually. There's no golden robots at all. They appear in the next storyline. But yeah, they got the redhead. This is the stronger robot. Yeah, this is the higher advanced robot. But then you also have the golden robots. You have the golden Kung Fu Master and so on. They're coming later in the game. Yeah, but to be is like, I got my katana! That's right. I can fight the martial art robot. Oh, he like shoots stuff at him. Yes. No, this looks way worse than that. Yeah, the budget this doesn't look very impressive. Man! Pascal is back! Yeah. This is also new in the anime course. I mean, everything, the whole fight is of course anime on this. So. Yeah, this whole fight of course is very specific. Wait, what's she chasing the robot for? I mean, I understand this is a better robot. The red robots, they are better in the game too. These are like the advanced robots, but what's she chasing for? Does it really matter for her? Like, was he like, oh yeah, I need to kill it? No, not really. Yeah, so Pascal Chan, of course, voiced by Aoyuki, right? Yeah. It's not Aoyuki's voice actors, of course. She's like every anime, yeah, she's like the voice of every anime. She's all like, you know, Minaide! Yeah, she's all Minaide! In every goddamn anime, man. Oh my god, 9S is like, I'm gonna hack him with my claw thing. It looks like Claw from Marvel. Yeah, Claw with a K, yeah, Claw. Dr. Claw, whatever his name is, with the guy with the vibranium vibrator weapon. Okay, so 9S, sorry, 2B, I mean, gets owned by the red robots. Okay, I know to play one of the good old Nier Ost. The Ost is so good in the game, man. Yeah, she's gonna, I will martial art you then, yeah. Martial art robots. But that's good, little panzers. Yeah, all the money! Here's all the money, this baby! Here's where they put all the money. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have the panzer fight, baby! This is where they put all the money, man. They're gonna have a lot of panzer attacks, yeah. This is where they put all the money, definitely. They're like, haha! 2B panzer strikes, yeah. That's clearly where they put all the money. They were like, well, it's just this twisting thing. 10 times more budget than your ass, yeah. 10 times more budget to show her booty. You're like, yeah. They know what we want. They're like, budget, you know, budget. They know what we want. They're like, the other thing can be pretty shitty. As long as you show her pulse in a good angle. Yeah, it's like, there's to put the money, man. Yeah, there's high quality pulses. Okay, there we go. Okay, so they nuke Godzilla. But see, he got this kind of like claw, vibrating claw thing. That's what I mean. Like, it's like a claw from Marvel, right? So it's like a vibrating vibranium, you know, like super hacking. So I guess we're gonna do a little bit of the 2B, the path here. Yeah, this is the B pattern, I guess. Red girl. It's probably a red girl. Sounds like a little, yeah, red girl. Here she comes. I called it. I said in the last episode that the red girl is gonna be earlier in the anime, right? Because she actually wasn't appear here, but because they're gonna have no part 2, whatever. There's no sequel, right? Maybe they're obviously gonna. Oh, this is like the ending is. Yeah, the field, but because they have to kind of hint for, you know, season 2, right? So they're throwing in the red girl there in the in his prison. I freaking call it. I said earlier, I said the red girl was gonna appear in, this episode, in this fight, because they're gonna have to tease a little bit, right? Earlier than should appear. Man, this is weird now. I mean, hacking them, it's all their faces here, all the muscular pretty boys with no faces. So this is clearly, like I said, I guess earlier this year, then clearly a mixture of A and B path, because if you play the game the first path, you won't see this flat hacking. But you're also kind of seeing nice S season, right? So you're also seeing the hacking here. Oh, this is kind of like a Nier reference back to when brother and sister are fighting at the mall or something with the snow, maybe. Because iron pipe, but then it really is. Oh yeah, now it's back to their back when they have their reading their books and so on. In the copied city, interesting, but it kind of similar to when you hack with the except the red girl that kind of pop down there. Otherwise, it's similar to the original the game. Then we get the burning. Don't know, evil face, but it makes 9S go crazy, right? So it's kind of like his plan. So one more episode, so it might show us the original game fight in the last episode. Maybe. See, that's it moving. Jesus Christ. Oh, they got this, it's FF7, yeah. They got this huge... the gigantic cannon, baby, yeah. Jack is so happy doing this thing. I got it! Yeah, she loves her explosions, like, yeah! Drop it on him, yes! It's like, skyscraper attack! Yeah, she's just so happy. She's like, yeah! Yeah, oh, they're playing it. Interesting soundtrack pick here from Nier. Yeah. During the fight, it's like a sad soundtrack, so I don't know if it's pitched this kind of explosives. But he's obviously evil now, 9S. Yeah, I mean, so Aiden laughed at him, kind of, when he cut into him. Yeah, he's like, I got you, boy. So he's obviously, he's been corrupted, man. He's obviously short. Yeah, and Pascal is thirsty, I guess. Because the creator emitted this part when the red logic happens. It must happen now then. Yeah, because I'm wondering why the red logic isn't happening yet. Yeah, so... What is this thing? What is this Godzilla thing? Yeah, he's going back, baby. Maybe now he does the 9... Maybe now it's a red logic, since he touched 9S there. Okay, and then it's just like impelled down. I don't know, it's just like Independence Day. I mean, the whole... giant sky beam thingy, what? But it's probably, make that crater happen, right? Like the game has, exactly. And then we get the crater, and then we get the, where the tower is. So we get the crater anyway. And it also one right there. So last episode, they clearly cut away bit for this episode. It was very strange. It was very, very strange. But let's review this thing. With the red girl is on course. I called this earlier, right? Let's put out again and repop, but yeah, I called it earlier, right? I said way earlier in Nier that they're gonna have the red girl popping out much sooner, right, in this anime. Now, they have to probably, they are gonna make another part, right? They're gonna make the C path with A2 and so on, right? It's clearly already in the design of that, but it's been delayed and so on, right, of course. But this girl here is supposed to appear way later, right? But they're throwing her in now to tease for Centurion. T2 is gonna come and they're clearly not tease that. They're like, oh, look at the red girl. Who is this character? So that's why I kind of guessed earlier. I said if the episode goes like, man, they're definitely gonna have the red girl coming in way sooner, right? And hopefully explaining her better too, right? Yeah. But anyway, they really changed episode a lot here. Episode 11 here. The final episode sooner, but Jesus Christ, yeah, they really changed a lot. Threw in this like Godzilla thing. They really altered it, and it felt very fillery. Like I was like, what's the point of that? And I think a big issue here, generally speaking, is that they're clearly gonna end next episode, right? Episode 12 on the beating Adam and Eve, right? That's kind of clear where they're gonna end. Spoiler, but I mean, obviously, they're gonna defeat Adam and Eve is the final episode. That is bad pacing. it's really weird. Some part is very rushed, you know, like they cut away the water fight, they cut away blah blah so on. But on the same time, like they could have ended it on this episode. Yeah, they could have beaten Adam and Eve in episode 11. There's no point of making it both 11 and 12 being dead. So it feels badly paced too, because it's like now I feel they have decided they have to end it on Adam and Eve in episode 12. But yeah, if they just kept making episode 13, 14 and so on, yeah, you know, next week, they probably could have just cut away this episode and have the real Adam and Eve fight and then go into A2 and so on. Yeah, but now it feels very strange. But because now it feels like they just kind of made this like Godzilla padding so they can still end it on Adam and Eve for the next season, right? Very, very weird, I feel. Overall, the episode also had almost lower budget, right? I mean, I said earlier that, but yeah, but I mean, there were so many scenes where, oh, here they really cut the corners. What is strange to me is that we haven't seen the red logic affect the Yora girls yet. So that's probably happening in this episode. That thing to me is very strange. They haven't shown it yet, so it has to be happening in this episode. It's very important. So that was the final episode. Oh, this is sad, man. She has to kill 9S again. He's always getting evil, man. He always gets hacked every time. And she has to kill him. And they're really making it like a long scene too. It's like hard to kill him. Like he's literally like hard to strangle him. But yeah, this is Nier for you, man. It always ends this way, right? The cycle is going through. Whenever every time it ends with 2B having to execute 9S, right? It is a crazy anime game. I mean, whatever. It's very dark. It's really, really dark. Jesus Christ. And, you know, this is her life. She has to kill him every time. And he then boosts him up somewhere and he can die over and over again. Because he either gets evil or he knows too much the truth and he has to kill him, right? This is crazy, yeah. And this loops it over and over again. But we see, of course, the red girl inside of it. Let's watch it. So we have a 3, 2, 1, and go. So he lands again. Like I said in the report of 11, it felt kind of fillery because they still haven't had a real fight with Adam and Eve, like the final boss fight. And I think that's still gonna happen, right? I mean, yes, maybe the Godzilla is replacing that fight, but I don't think so at all. Instead it creates this crater now, right? City ruins, and that's kind of where the tower is and so on later, right? So I still think to go with that. They're gonna have a second season, right? They showed the red girl as a teasing for the season 2 and so on, right? So they're obviously going for that later. Daishobu, Commander Shan. Yeah. She was sus last episode a little bit. She's sussing the humans, right? Yeah, it's a little. I hope they dwell on that more, right? I keep saying I hope they dwell on that more. Yeah, so this is how it definitely looks later in the game. So this is the place that changes the most. But this is also where the tower is anyway, and the tunnel. So the tunnel appears when its crater appears. So this changed the time, I guess, of this tunnel or this crater, because isn't that crater earlier in the game? Because you have to go to the cope with Vox City, so it's a little bit. I guess so. It's a little strange, actually. Yeah. Now think about it. Because what happened now? In the tower, what happened now? It feels like they're gonna, well, yeah, because you don't go here, you don't go to the crater now in the game. So are they gonna summon the tower earlier then? Because they already had a library. But it's also in the tunnel here you find, because you need to go to the crater to find the tunnel to go to the 6. It's strange. Because are they gonna have the twin towers or now? I mean the twin scene and so on. That's just really weird, yeah. The twin, like Retributor scene from the first game. That seems really strange. It is very strange. Maybe. Perhaps. I'm gonna fix anything about it. Yeah. It's. I'm not a fan of binge watching, you know. I like watching one episode per week, you know. Yeah, I'm not really a binger. But I also don't want to sit and watch it like once a week, so no, I kind of also want to do it, right? So. Let's do like that. I'm just fixing stuff here while I'm. No, honestly, I'm just editing stuff here and also working on my. Yeah, earlier today I worked on my script, right? I worked on some code I'm working on earlier today. I did it as well. But I wanna just fix that thing. There we go. Is this one now? Maybe. 9S Sushan. No, this is the right one. Okay, good. This is the right one. Oop. There we go. Let's fix this up while opening's going, guys. Man, yeah, what's happening now then? I still think they're gonna do the standard last boss fight, right? They're expecting, because we have this weird ball fight now in the... yeah, exactly. They're gonna do, but it's not happening at the crater though. They change the location, it's happening next to the crater. It's happening... It's not happening when they jump down, it's happening next to the camp, so... For some reason, they kind of rearrange for you to fight Adam and Eve. The final fight against the brothers. Whatever, but... Yeah, they kind of changed it a bit. I think so. So I don't think they're gonna summon the tower yet. That'd be really strange. He's all sad here, crying. To be like kill him fast. To be is like, can I stab him in the head with his lying down? Yeah, gotta take the shot, man. It's good. To be wouldn't be a horror, loser. I was hating the horror movies, right, where the character, like they have the bad guy, Jason or whatever. He's down on the ground, right, Freddy Krueger or so on, and then they just run away. To be is like, no, let's stab him. Yeah, to be is like, stabby, stabby. Yeah, to be was like, I'm ready, baby. Yeah, you're down on the ground. Yeah, she was like, free kill. Yeah, like that's way smarter. Why do let them run away? Why run away? Yeah, stab it, kill it. Kill it with fire. Yeah, finish it off now. Don't let it heal. Exactly. And that's like, do it now. Yeah, that's is like, let's do it quickly before he heals. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Why would he let them like heal or whatever? Yeah, I like that. And that's how it just ends. Oh, it's in the desert. And that's down where the Forest King is probably. That thing. There are way more Yoras in the anime, yeah. There are way more Yora girls fighting in other places in the anime than in the game has. These other 35 Yora chicks, they were fighting in the desert, yeah. They were doing stuff over there, yeah, of course they were, yeah. Like that's... Those poor girls, not in the... Here we go, it's turning red! He's evil! 9S is evil now, here we go. 9S, you bastard, you traitor! Yeah, he went too deep undercover, man. It turned into Adam, man. Exactly, when he stabbed him, he smiled. He's affected him, man. The attacks are back. Oh man, here we go. 9S is affected, yeah. He's gonna ruin it all, man. It's gonna make them all turn evil. Exactly. Exactly, here we go. They have the 9S turning evil, man. You have to kill me quickly, 2B. Yeah. It's how it ends for him every time, right? To be has to kill him, just execute him every time, yeah. He's, he's staring into the abyss. Yeah, he's turning into evil, Man, this is sad now, man. They cut away the whole boss fight, though, yeah. They just went to this, like, death scene immediately, instead of having her dodge, like, 500 bullets first. Yeah, so in the game, it's like, first you have to also dodge this like massive smoop hell, right, and so on. But I guess the Godzilla fight was kind of that. Here we go, man. You gotta execute him, man. Gotta go to E on him. This happens like every time in her life, It's just like, yeah, he goes too dark undercover, Yeah, he just goes too deep, man. He's just too deep into it. It's the thing. To be Sean. Yeah, hurry up. Man, now it's getting this sad moment here when 9S has to die again. Yeah. Yeah, she's like strangling him. Man, this is sad, man. Yeah, it has to be a struggle to it has to be like a struggle to get it too quickly. It has to be like, his neck is too tight. It has to be like a freaking... Yeah, here we go, man. The 9S death scene. Yeah, the classic death scene, man, of 9S. Second death scene of 9S. You went too deep undercover. Yeah. The one head is green there, man. It's weird. It's like stupid robot. Die. It's like It's pissed off. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, it's like get the katana. Yeah, they're all gonna die. I mean, this is impactful, man. Yeah, she's all sad. This thing is even alive, basically. It's like it's lying on the ground. It's like flashing at her. Yeah, it's like a blinking little light. No, they're all doing it though. Yeah. Okay, maybe the real boss fight starts now. Then I was wondering if to skip it over or not. Yeah, they might do it now. Then I was thinking that they're gonna do it, right? Why is Jack on the ground looking all happy? Why is she all like, yeah, looking all doing it on the ground for? That was weird, man. A2! Waifu! A2 pops up with her ass there a bit, yeah, saw her buttocks. Come on. She's out there, you know, showing up her steel buns. It's like 9S. Yeah, I mean the robot this time. Yeah, get every 9S. You should have said since I just hate the robot here. Yeah, my brain is over here instead now. Yeah, there we go. Stupid weird robot guy. I just jumped over here instead. He completely like removes the sadness like 2 minutes later. Yeah, I worry, guys. I just teleported here, and she's like, oh god damn it. Yeah, you got that. God damn it. That's every time, man. That's every time. Every time, man. 9S fake dies. He's a freaking master of fake. Man, her eyes are really well made. Yeah, the quality of her eyes is really well done. I say this sadness here. Yeah. Now she's sitting in her boyfriend's massive hand there. Yeah. Now her boyfriend's hand is way bigger. Yeah, he can like carry her with her finger. This is weird, man. Yeah, he's like, whoop, lifting it up like nothing now. Don't worry, I got bigger for you. And I heard you like big boys, right? Yeah, Jesus Christ. But if it's weird, they cut away the whole red logic thing. And now it's like, yeah, chapter 12, the ending now? No, it's still way more. Yeah, so the ending is now. You can see the names and so on. Aoyuki-chan and so on, yeah, actually the names. But they create like 10 more minutes. We gotta watch it, right? We gotta, I don't know what's gonna happen. But they cut away most of the ball fight and made it into the Godzilla thing, yeah. Which I think was like terrible. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter too much, but it's better. In my review I said they clearly could have done this ending last episode, right? Yeah, oh, Red Girl is even said there in her voice actor. Spoilers in the trust. Yeah, Red Girl is the last person there in the subtitle in the credits. It was like, who's played the Red Girl? Yeah, it's like, oh, interesting. Yeah, so who's in the Red Girl? Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, oh, you can see different screenplay and so for different chapters. This is how they trick you to watch the credits. Yeah, the credits are in the middle of the episode, so you have to watch it because you don't know. This is kind of the Marvel way, you know. It's like, yeah, we have this like, you know, after ending credit scene. Yeah, it's like mid-roll credit scene. You wanna miss it out? Oh, is that a talking dog or something? Yeah, you don't wanna miss it out on it, right? This is how they get you, man. This is how they get you. Yeah, this is how they trick you, man. This is how they get you. It's clearly at least like 8 or something afterwards. Unless they do the puppet thing again. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait it out. Or the credits like 10 minutes long or something. I don't wanna jump, so I'm just letting the episode roll, right? I don't wanna jump here, so I'm just letting it roll. But it's definitely probably 10 more minutes now, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I mean, clearly. Maybe Sin 2 or something? No, here, the humans. Yeah, it's back to Yora's discussing with the perfects or whatever. No. Yeah. Back to there. Probably maybe reveal the humans or something. The human scene. Glory for mankind. 9S is alive again or something. Oh, well, actually, when you beat the game, though, you do start as 9S, though, that's true. So are they gonna do the 9S pad? Yeah, because when you beat the game, B-pad, of course, is back after the first death thing, his first death, yeah. And So I guess they're just showing you that they're gonna but it's weird because they have already shown most of his scenes though. Well, I guess they're gonna like speed run through his perspective then in next season. Yeah, because they already shown much more of 9S than the game does. The game doesn't have any, you know, 9S perspective, right? There's no like 9S point of view in the game until you beat the game with 2B. But the anime has already showed you like at least like 2 episodes of 9S. I mean, in total time, screen time, right? Like with he was fighting the mounting, him getting hacked right by Adam. So I guess they're gonna like speed run this thing or something. Because now you're in the hacking of his memories. This is kind of how the game starts too. You wake up in the bedroom. You can have to like get your memories back, right? And then when you're playing as 9S in the actual video game, you have the more hacking, right? Yeah, and the boss says you hack them instead of just fighting them. So you have to fight them as well, but then you jump into the brain, right? And you can defeat them by hacking them in the end. And that is like another gameplay, which is pretty shitty, honestly. Which is probably the worst gameplay of the game, the hacking. But that tells you more of their personality. Similar to Nier Replicant or whatever, right? You replay the game, you see more of the boss's flashbacks and so on. So it basically is like a flashback thing, right? You can go in there and see their memories, and it tells you their emotions and why they're evil or whatever. Yeah, why maybe they are, maybe you're evil. Yeah. In Replicant, it's more like you are evil. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'm the bad guy. Yeah. Replicant is more like that. It's like, oh, actually, I'm the bad guy. Wait a minute. But kind of uninteresting ending here, unless they're gonna reveal the humans, I guess. Do you feel this is gonna lead into the human reveal, right? The truth of the humans. Look at that box thing, yeah. I feel it's gonna lead into him hacking the Yora commander base or whatever and figuring out the truth of the Yora or something. That's probably how this thing will end, right? The last episode here. But, you know, probably. He's like in all the memory files of the Yoras right now. Because this is basically him hacking the good guys, right? Yeah, this is him, you know, he's the hacker king robot thing, right? So he's like figuring out the secret of the good guys, yeah. He's not supposed to hack this stuff, he's supposed to hack the good guys, man. Got him. That's why I should to kill him every week, you know? Yeah, because this guy is a traitor, man. He's a traitor, though. Yeah, he does definitely betray them every time. That's what you're doing right now, man. Going in here, you know. But really uninteresting from like an animation standpoint here. Yeah, they don't animate anything, but just standing there, just looking at screens. Yeah, it's not very action-packed last minutes here. It's 9. Okay, no, it's getting kicked out of the hacking. Yeah, okay, now it's turning red there. Okay, now it's turning red. Yeah, now I have to hack it. Yeah, but I mean, like seeing a guy at the computer for like 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes is a guy standing at the computer, basically. Okay, here we go. Yeah, now you have to fight this weird... So this is actually how the game is. You have to fight these weird triangles right in the game. Like I said, this is definitely the worst part of the game from a gameplay standpoint. Because you're playing as a triangle, you have to shoot the triangles. It's like this really weird, like 2D... This kind of looks at the credits. The credit triangles, yeah. You're basically like a triangle, a polygon, fighting other polygons. And now he's stuck in a polygon crystal. But this is actually kind of how the game is. They're capturing the game feeling. Oh no, you have to fight these like triangles, yeah, polygons. Oh, how interesting gameplay this is. But yeah, it is by far the worst part of the game. You have to actually play the hacking. The actual red girls! So many red girls! This is way earlier than the game should have, yeah. So actually, they're obviously throwing in the red girl way earlier than she's supposed to be, yeah. Yeah, the red girl is so much more early in this game. Yeah, she's so much more shown here, right? Red girls, baby, red girls. Yeah, she's clearly way more focused here in the anime, exactly. But I like that because maybe they can give her more backstory in the anime than this too. Well, why her motivation and so on. Yeah, maybe they can give her, yeah, her evolutionary thing can be better explained perhaps. Oh yeah, and you can show that he's already affected by a red girl much earlier. Yeah, he's already a red girl. He's already a red girl character. That's how I can show it, right? He's already a red girl. Yeah, he's already a red girl. Interesting. Interesting. So they're gonna throw that in. Even more red girl stuff. Yeah. The red girl's appearances. It's an interesting image here. Yeah. Yeah, they're really going for the red girl part a lot more now. Interesting. But that's kind of like I said earlier. I guess that they're gonna have a lot more red girl, right? I guess that this is, so I said earlier that she was gonna be in this episode a lot more because that's a teaser for season 2, right? Like this is the real bad guy, the red girl. She's the main antagonist, the real culprit, right, of everything. So by showing her here on microwave, interesting. I feel like I'm more mind effing this 9S storytelling in the anime. It's even more weird, yeah. Now they really get the video game UI here and the commander files. Yeah, the Project URI and Project Gestalt. This is like straight up from the video game. Yeah, like how Nier killed everyone and so on. Yeah, we're getting the true backstory of Nier and how we killed. You find us in the games, in the foundries, and you find these files. So you can read the truth about the video game and so on. Yeah, the first game and so on. Yeah, this anime here is way more forthcoming with the truth here. Way more forthcoming. In the game, this is going to explain way later, yeah. Because they're only beating the first path now in the game, right? It takes you like 50 hours to play on perfect hard, but it takes way longer time to play perfect hard, for sure. But, yeah. You only beat them 1 out of 5 endings, basically, at this time. So, that is much, much earlier here. Much earlier. Yeah. But I guess they're gonna speedrun this episode then, probably. Yeah, it'd be really weird if they're gonna have... They can't have the same amount of episode for 9S fighting the robots again and so on. The same episodes, no, they can't have that. Next season needs to have 9S much quicker going through these first bosses, right? And then having into the A2 plotline, yeah. This has to be... Okay, as the camera's gonna pan to the screen or something. Red girls everywhere! My god, there's so much red girling! She's scaring me, man. Yeah, my god, the red girl has... Oh my god, evil red girl. Oh, I love it. The red girl has so much more screen time in this part then. Yeah, red girl has way much more screen time in the anime. So much more. I like that because she's the real antagonist, but terribly explained, right? So yeah, that's gonna be way more of her, right? Giving her backstory much more here in the anime. Yeah. Definitely. But I heard... See the landing here. Oh, yes, jump the ending because there are something more here too. With Kane and so on. Yeah, they have A2 and Kane maybe so. Pascal. This is probably like... Yeah, it's the twins from the first game, yeah. Yeah. This is season 2, I guess. Season 2 teasing. Yeah, there's A2. Yeah. So they got some a little bit A2 stuff as well. It's like part season 2. So you can find it because I heard they had a season 2, but it might be the same thing, right? It might be the same thing. Let's see it here. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. So that's the same. It's the same thing. I went to the YouTube. Holy shit, she appears even in the left. I mean, I love I call it though. I said it like months ago. That the red girl, the real antagonist, right, is gonna have so much more screen time in the anime, especially in the end of this season 1 now, then, because you know she's gonna be more presented or whatever, right? And I love it. Yeah, she appears so much more in the episode in 12 and 11, and then in the end of 12, she's like, yeah, she appears with the ultimate evil smile. I freaking love it, man. I love it that the red girl has so much more screen time, and she's gonna be the real antagonist because she's a good antagonist, but she could need more, you know, explanation right in the game. So I hope the anime is gonna come in here and give her a much more depth. And obviously, Red Girl now is like the main antagonist, but yeah. As I keep saying, I'm not a broken record, but as I guessed earlier, right, months ago, I guess, and then when watching 9 and 10 and so on, I was like, yeah, Red Girl is definitely gonna be in episode 12 a lot, right? And also probably 11 and so on, to really present her as a real antagonist, to really tease right for the next season. And yeah, they gave so much screen time for Red Girl. I keep saying it because Red Girl is like, as I guess correctly, she gets like 10 times more screen time here, right? Which I think is good because, as I said in the reaction part, to some minor spoilers here of a video game, this is the main antagonist, right? I keep saying so on, but she's not really explained that much in the video game. She kind of is the one actually behind the whole like evolution of the robots and Yora, whatever, right? And she also makes the Yoras evil and all this stuff too, right? So hacking them and so on, yeah. Trying to kind of mix the Yora and the robots and making the better evolution and blah 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 and so on. But it's not really properly explained, and she's the one that actually creates the library of the Vola and Papola and all this stuff and so on, right? I guess so. I liked if she gets more screen time and if she can be explained her motivation, her personality, and so on. So I think that'll be a good change in the anime if Red Girl has a lot more actual. But the game is that she appears way later too. Yeah, the game she's kind of like a typical JRPG villain, right? That appears much later. Oh, actually, I was the real bad guy all along. You know, I was the red one. Yeah, everything that red is me. You know, she kind of comes in way later. In a more physical form, right? But here instead they're showing her physical form now much earlier, and that's probably better because I don't like that, you know, when video games are like, it's very JRPG, you know. Oh, actually the last boss is me all along. Yeah, it's like, this is better to build her up, right? Give her personality, show her off and so on. Definitely. So yeah, I guess the next season, there's some hints there. Obviously A2 is there and so on. I think they have to speed run the first episode, right? Because so what happens in the game is that you beat the game with 2B. Now you get to play as 9S instead. You have to play the exact same game with him, right? Plus hacking, but they're the same boss fights, and it's roughly the same playtime, but with more hacking and more storytelling. But some things you can skip over, but it's mostly the same thing. And some are different, like he doesn't have the same paths as 2B. So maybe you're in the same dungeon, right? But she's running on the left, he's running on the east path, so it's like two different western east, yeah. He's running on like another side of it, so the boss is the same, but the enemies are different up to that point or whatever. So it's not exactly the same, and that's where it's better than Nier Replicant, right? The Nier Replicant is just exactly yeah, Nier Replicant, the older game, and also the remake, unfortunately, is the exact same thing, right? So if you replay that game, you have to play literally the exact same dungeon with the exact same enemies again, but with more storyline. But yeah, it's that game is just cheaper than that. Automata actually has like different, you know, it's like some extent at least there are different dungeons and so on. Not always, but a little bit. And his fights are different because of his hacking, where in Nier Replicant it's the exact same fight. He's only playing one character, yeah. You're only playing the same guy all the time, right? So it's a little bit like, oh shit. But I think again then they have to probably just do it in a few episodes. If it's 12 episodes, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a normal season, right? And I said earlier that I heard that this anime was supposed to be with 2 continuating, right, seasons, I think. I'm supposed to have a break in between, whatever. And I'm guessing that they can probably do it in like 3 episodes or so. Yeah, it's probably just like 9S quickly doing all the bosses again, but much more in-depth hacking, and then we go into the A2 storyline. That would I would guess. Probably. But I like that they keep saying it, but I like that they add Red Girl a lot more, so we have more of her, right? And next maybe care more about her and as the main antagonist. It'll be much better. I do think though, I'm thinking now. Well, we have to say this now. I'm very cautious, cautious, right? Because I'm a little bit like, well, we had like 3-4 delays though with this episode, so I'm very worried they're gonna fail again though. So in that sense though, I'm not super happy. I mean, I'm happy that they are making part 2 then. It's supposed to be a part 2 anyway, yeah. So they're still making it, that's good. But, you know, like, are we gonna get it in time? Is it gonna be released, you know, properly? Clearly, there was some budget cuts in this episode, so, yeah, I'm a little bit like, we'll see what happens, but certainly it is a little bit like that. A little bit like, oh, shit, yeah. But anyway, hoping that the review reaction guys, subscribe, I put it right. What do you guys think? This anime, unfortunately, is... That's my rival, right? No, I can see it myself, right? Not to be that, oh, love me or whatever, but I can clearly see that just like my own videos here, right? On YouTube or on Twitch or whatever, are clearly going to get way less views. If you had, when I was doing this weekly, we're getting pretty good views, honestly, I feel, for Nier. But also, I am a Nier expert, and I think hope people liked it, so I think I attract a lot of people to watch my Nier videos, I hope so at least. But you know, I think we have pretty good views, whatever, on some of the early Nier videos. But clearly now it's like bottom, right? Because no one cares anymore. they're dropping 4 in one day. Yeah, it is what it is. I still do because I love it, but you know, it's a downer overall. Unfortunately, it is. But I guys have a great day.